This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Fast and the non-genetically proven Sun. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching or participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Phatts TV on this Friday night, August the 7th. Another rainy day around here.
It's nice out though right now.
It is right now. Storms push through. Because late this afternoon I completed the arc. So we could float down the hill. Because, we've got about 10 inches of rain this week, so.
That's alright.
Yeah, built my ark.
That's alright.
Did you build your ark today?
No.
No?
I got some golf clubs today.
What do you think, I'm going to just let you on my ark?
Yeah. I can swim.
Rip currents, dude.
I float.
Okay. Okay. So, this is the first night we're using the upgraded software, so we're hoping that it goes all well and good. For those of you that are watching, if you see something that looks out of the ordinary, if you could just please send me a message. Like right now, my stream health is on yellow, which is odd, because Wirecast is telling me I'm on green, but YouTube is telling me I'm on yellow.
Well, on the TV,
So,
you look pretty smooth.
yeah. And you may notice the picture is actually clearer.
So it looks a little bit clearer.
Actually, it looks a lot clearer. You could kind of see the fescue under here a little bit. That's because we have an older camera. Give me the Elgato thing. And we had this device that we've been using.
What is that capturing? 720?
It's called an Elgato, which we needed to convert the signal from the camera to the Wirecast program. Well, with the updated Wirecast, Elgato, to my surprise, didn't work. So we have to use a product from the same company. It's called Camlink. And that worked. I don't know why the Elgato didn't work and the Camlinks do, but Camlink actually gives you a better picture. Played around with it a little bit. I think the delay is the same. I think. Also, once I could get the upload speeds to double, we'll be able to do this show on both YouTube and Facebook at the same time, and possibly even Twitter.
I guess you will be buying a better router.
Yeah, I got to figure out what I got to do.
Quite expensive router to get 12 upload speed.
The upload speeds, I tested it at a lot of different testing sites. I was getting about 6 on all of them, and 6 is definitely not enough to broadcast on 2 sites at the same time. Interestingly enough, I hooked a computer in straight to the router using an Ethernet cord, thinking that might get us to 12. I only got 5. I'm actually getting more on wireless than I'm on wired. Now, it's a pretty long haul to get from where we are in the Phatts studio to where the router is in the studio. And so, you got several feet of cord that you got to go through. So, and it's probably not the best cord in the world. I've had it for quite a few years now, so I'm sure I could upgrade that and probably get a better upload speed. But until we can get to 12, unfortunately, I gotta stay just on YouTube and I can't go to Facebook. But eventually, hopefully, we'll get there.
Sounds great.
So I want to start off tonight talking about Jack.
Jack.
The Jack of, not the Jack of Spades.
Jack of all trades.
Not the Jack of all trades. No.
Jack Sparrow.
Not Jack Sparrow. No. Not just Jack.
Jack, what's his face? It'll come to me. Jack. It's not Jack Attack. Jack.
Can I just continue?
No, I wanna. No, I wanna know. No, that's not helpful. Apparently, that's Jack.
Yeah, that's
the guy who put one of the main characters in.
Well, you're gonna be wrong anyway.
No, I can't even think of the movie.
Because this isn't a character. This is a human being. We're gonna talk about Twitter Jack. So apparently, Twitter is on a rampage today, purging viewership from people who would fall on the conservative side of the political spectrum. I follow more than 1,000 of those such people on my Twitter page. And I would say at least a third of them are reporting massive drops in their followers today. So, once again, Jack, you're up to your old tricks of trying to silence the right. Jack. Can't wait till the laws in this country change. You are going to get your fucking ass sued, Jack, because you're not a platform anymore. No. When you start doing shit like this, you lose your platform status. You're going to get your ass sued. And we're going to get money from you. Dude at Facebook is the same thing. Facebook took down a Trump video this week saying that babies, are more immune to catching COVID, which is true. But Facebook says that was a lie, so they took the video down. I don't know how Facebook is medical doctors here. I thought they were people that, bunch of programmers. Didn't know programmers have medical degrees. Again, you start doing shit like that, you lose becoming your platform status. It's going to be so much fun to watch you guys fall. It's going to be so much fun. And places like Parler, which I suggest everybody goes to, is going to take off like a rocket ship.
I hope you're investing in their stock then.
Are you on Parler?
No, I've never heard of Parler.
You should be on Parler. Now, Parler is like what Facebook and Twitter used to be when, they didn't censor anything. I mean, yes, they have guidelines, stuff, as far as I know, they don't allow any pornography on that site like Twitter does. Trust me, Twitter does. Facebook doesn't. But yeah, if you don't know what Parler is, check it out. I am on Parler, and a lot of my conservative friends are on Parler. But the war is on Twitter. And Jack, we will win the war. Anybody got anything to say about that?
I don't know who Jack is yet.
Jack is the head guy at Twitter. Twitter Jack.
I'm still trying to think of the Jack.
How about Jackass?
That's a show.
So, keeping with the politics for a little bit. Interestingly enough, this afternoon, Chucky, the head Democrat in the Senate, came out today and said something a little surprising. Were you paying attention? You don't know what he said, do you? No, of course not, because you were up watching soccer and golf and yes. Chucky came out and said, we gotta find a way to open the schools. Wow. Isn't that a complete 180 from everything that a progressive has been saying? I wonder why he said that. Could it be something with internal polling? Could it be? That's about the only reason one could think of, that a Democrat would change their position on anything. Internal polling. Interesting. Interesting. So now Chucky wants to open the schools, which is a good thing. Schools should be open. I agree with parents should have the discretion whether their children are going to learn online or not. I completely agree with that. Because let's go back to when I was a young Phatts in 3rd grade. Okay? When I was growing up, my grandfather lived with us. I've said this story before on Phatts TV. My grandfather lived with us. My grandfather was on a breathing machine for the last 4 or 5 years of his life. Why? Because he worked in the mines all of his life and he got black lung from working in the mines. So he always had a hard time breathing. So he would have been susceptible to getting a disease like COVID-19. So, if the situation still presented itself today, saying my father lived with us and he had black lung, and if my non-genetically proven son was in grade school still, I would want to keep him home because I wouldn't want him going to school, potentially getting it and giving it to my dad and killing my dad. Going all the way back to episode number 1 of Phatts TV with Grandma. You come home, you hug Grandma, and she's dead in a week. Remember that line from the very first episode of Phatts TV. How is Grandma, by the way?
I don't know.
Maybe you should at least send Grandma a message.
You alive, Grandma?
Ask her how she's doing. I'm sure she'd like to hear from you.
Maybe.
I wouldn't send your mother a message, but I'd send your grandmother.
She'll take a week to respond. She takes 5 to 7 business days.
10 to 14 is more like it.
Damn.
That'd be something. That would be really funny if you sent her a message and after 10 days she replied, "Who's this?" Kind of like you did to her.
She won't remember that I did that. No way.
For those of you that don't know that story, the non-genetically proven son's non-genetically proven mother. Well, I guess you could say that's probably genetically proven.
Maybe.
I watched you pop out of her 20 years ago, almost 21. But they don't see each other very often, and she messaged him a couple weeks before Christmas last year and asked if he was going up to his grandmother's for Christmas, and we were driving somewhere when
I don't know.
we were going up Burnville Robbie Road when you got that message. I remember that. So I have no idea where we were going that we would go up Burnville Robbie Road.
I don't know.
Yeah, no idea. But his response was, "Who's this?" And it did take her like 3 days to respond.
Something like that, yeah.
And she's like, "It's your mother, Karen."
You know, like...
It's like you would forget your mother's name. It's your mother, Karen. By the way, you know, what's going around right now with these, like, millennials that you could, you know, how they're calling them Karens, like, that's the perfect name.
I know.
that is the perfect name. Still, we get no messages on our message board. Can somebody send me a message on the message board just so I know that the message board is working? I used to get lots of messages. Now I get none. Someone send me a message so I know the message board is working. So anyway, so now Chucky wants the schools open, which is very interesting because just yesterday, our governor, the good old comrade Wolf, Commie Wolf, came out and said he's recommending no sports in Pennsylvania till at least January of next year. All fall sports to be canceled. At roughly the same time yesterday, from what I understand, Penn State put in their plan to have fans in the stands.
In the same day, at about 10 a.m., they came out and said, no fans.
Yes.
No fans.
So, Penn State submits their proposal. Now, why don't you talk about a little bit about the proposal, about what they wanted to do.
I can pull up the article.
Go ahead, pull up the article.
It'd probably make it easier. I could just read the exact words.
Thank you for putting a message, by the way.
You're welcome. I know the limit was around 25,000.
It was 23,000 if I remember correctly.
Onward state.
Which is 25%.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Now don't read it word for word, just kind of paraphrase it.
So their idea was to have people in pods of 2, 4, 6, or 8.
Who do we appreciate? Fats, yay!
Based on people you live with or your family. So me and my roommates would be able to sit together since we're living with each other. And we'd be using about 33% of the available parking spots. And there's no tailgating. Not allowed to do that. But everybody was going to be like kind of spaced around in those pods, and it would work. Everybody would be 6 feet apart, blah, blah, blah.
You had to wear masks. Lots of different entrances that you had to go through a specific entrance.
You didn't have to wear a mask in the bowl. You had to wear one if you left the actual stadium.
Yes, if you wanted to go to the bathroom or get something to eat. The concessions were all prepackaged foods.
All prepackaged food.
And cashless.
Basically, it was going to work.
Yes. So they submitted this plan to the good old comrade.
And within an hour, he basically said no.
No. He said, nope. The rules are 250 people max at an outdoor activity. Now, obviously, an outdoor activity could mean my front yard, apparently. Which you couldn't fit 250 people in my front yard. Unless if they're really small, skinny people. You definitely could not fit 250 people like me in the front yard of my house. Now remember, only half of the front yard is mine.
Yeah, I know.
You can't even fit 40 people like me in that front yard.
Have elbow room, yeah.
So apparently the rules are I could have 250 people because it's outdoors in my house. But I can't have
10 or whatever.
You can't have 23,000 in a huge football stadium that seats 106,000. Come on, comrade.
And
seriously, I got a wide span here on this girthy body here.
And Penn State, the day before they actually came out with this, came to season ticket holders.
Yes.
And gave them 3 options.
Oh yes, these are interesting options. Which told you right away, no season ticket holders are going to Penn State this year.
Option 1 was you could donate your tickets, like the cash value, and you could have it as a tax write-off.
We'll talk about that.
The second one was you could push the tickets to next year, and all is well and done. The price one will freeze.
Yeah,
you just get your tickets next year. Your third option is you can get a refund, but you're not guaranteed your seats next year. You're still a season ticket holder, according to Penn State, whatever discounts and that gives you.
Yes.
But you may not get the same seats as next year. You're not guaranteed.
So, if you're smart, you're going to choose option 2 to push them till next year.
That's the easiest option.
This is why you don't want to choose option 1. What's option 1 again?
You could donate your money and use it as a tax write-off because Penn State will use it to, I forget exactly what they said. But one of their charity, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
So, I spoke with an accountant yesterday about this. Oh, wait, I'm an accountant.
So you spoke to yourself?
I spoke to myself, like I do all the time. You can only use that as a tax write-off as a donation if you itemize. How many people don't itemize anymore?
I don't even know what that means.
How many people, before the new tax plan came in under this guy, used to itemize? But he raised the standard deduction so much that I don't have to itemize anymore because it's better for me to take the standard deduction. So I wouldn't be able to take that as a donation. That's why you don't want to do option 1. Now, if you have a beautiful, huge house where you got a huge mortgage, or you have lots of medical bills, or you have lots of gambling losses, that don't equate more to you than your gambling wins. And there's a bunch of other things, your state and local taxes, blah, 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 blah. If you come above the standard deduction line and you do itemize them, then yes, use them as a donation and you can write them off on your taxes. But if you use the standard donation, at least so says the accountant I talked to, whoever that was, don't do option 1, do option 2. And that's all the accountant's going to say about that. Still no messages on the message board.
That's mine.
There's yours. At least I know it works.
Yeah.
At least I know it works. So the jobs report came out today. Comes out the first Friday of every month, unless if the first Friday happens to be on the 1st. Numbers were all over the place. What the projections were. Projections were anywhere between a loss of 240,000 jobs to a gain of 4 million.
That's a pretty close spread with only having 350 million people in the country.
Yeah, that's
pretty close. Kind of a bad spread.
Yes. The estimate was, the projections were somewhere between 1.1 and 1.4 million gain. And we came in good. We came in at 1.8. I believe that was maybe the projections were even lower than that. But we came in way above projections at 1.8 million. So, bravo to the economy. Yay, economy. Yay, Trump. Yay, conservatism.
For whatever reason,
Yay, fats.
Yay, skinny.
For whatever reason, what?
My stock went up.
Your stock went up for whatever reason.
That you didn't buy.
Ah, God. 3 cents.
3 cents.
3 cents. I said it to buy at 4.05. It got to 4.08. Never got to 4.05.
I bought it at 4.10 because I'm just smart, and just said it's not gonna keep. Once it got to 4.08, I was like, I'm just gonna get it now. Because I'm like, what's 4 cents? 3 cents.
Well, yeah, on the shares you buy.
Yeah, I only buy 300.
I buy just a little more than you do.
But still, 3 cents off of 2,000 shares versus the dollar went up after. Almost.
Yeah,
it went up
It went up 40 cents.
It got up to 480.
Yeah, and then it fell back to 450.
Okay. Still, though.
So I bought a different stock where the number of shares I bought, if it moves a penny, it's $100. So you could, for you math people, you could figure out how many shares I bought. Let's see, if a penny is $100, I must have bought how many shares? Carry the 1. How many rings of Saturn are there? Times the moons of Neptune and Jupiter. Plug Uranus, and you get 10,000. You couldn't figure that out, could you?
Oh, I knew what it was.
Really?
I was waiting for you to...
Really? You figured that out?
Yeah.
I should have let you say it then.
I went to Penn State.
We are!
State Penn.
Yes. So, yeah,
Well,
a little
maybe.
difference between your 300 and my 10,000.
You know what? I don't care. I made more money than you today. I was up money for the day. How about you?
I was down because of a stock called Avis.
I was up $100.
Yay! Good job. If you could make $100 all day, every day,
Yeah.
$700 a week.
If only it was that easy.
If only.
Usually it goes up 200, then down 200, then up 200, then down 150. It kind of just... That's how our stock adventure has been. We can talk about Penn.
Penn up to 48 now.
48.90.
48. Well, that's how high it got. It's not at 48.90 right now.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think.
Last I looked, it was.
Yeah. And it was as low on March the 18th as 3 something.
And I bought it at $4, sold it at $15, and when we sold, it didn't move a month. It barely moved. And then the second we sold it, $35.
No, we sold it at 15. It dropped back to 11. We bought back in, playing the game of being able to increase your share.
And then we sold again.
And we sold it at 18. And the next day it went up to 22. So we wanted to wait for it to come back to 18. Well, it never got close to 18.
No, we should have just bought it back at 22. I wish I bought more shares of it and just said, no, I'm not selling it. I'm leaving it. Instead of only $100 worth of shares, I wish I put $1,000.
Well, maybe your degree should be in finance instead of TV production.
Finance. That's a boring degree.
Not if you're making people a shitload of money.
Yeah.
just gonna do the movie Wolf of Wall Street here.
I've never actually watched Wolf of Wall Street, so I mean...
You haven't seen that scene yet?
No.
I'm gonna make you watch that scene. It's a funny scene.
I've seen the one in the restaurant where he does it for like 2 seconds or whatever. Like...
No, the one in the... he does it twice in the movie. In the restaurant, they do it for like 2 minutes.
Oh, I don't know.
Later on in the movie, when he says he's gonna quit, and then he doesn't quit, then he does it again. But but then he gets like 500 people to do it.
Oh, and all the stockbrokers or whatever.
Yes, that's working for him. And people are standing there like, what the fuck are you talking about? Watch the movie Wolf of Wall Street. It's a good movie. Good movie.
All the time, he's like, I want to see it, and I'm like, it's on TV. It's like, do you not look?
TV, it's boring. They cut out a lot on TV.
So I was like, you want to
Except the channel that it's on. That channel doesn't cut out anything.
It's a movie channel.
Yeah.
It's like 123 or
yeah,
something.
It doesn't cut out anything.
AMC, I think it's called. I don't know.
All right, so the last political thing I want to talk about is it appears that dude that said, if you're not voting for me, you ain't black. You ain't black unless you're voting for me. Well, that idiot came out yesterday and said something else, basically saying that black people are all alike. He says, Latino people, they got a bunch of different, some Latino people do this, some Latino people do that. They're very different people. He said, blacks, they're pretty much the same. Who's the real racist here?
Apparently him still.
Yeah, apparently him. The guy that only has got the record low black unemployment. The guy who given to, black, he housed Jennifer Hudson after her family was murdered for I don't know how many months. Yeah. He's the racist. Yeah, Trump was, Al Sharpton and Jesse Jackson's best friend until he decided to run for president as a Republican. Yeah. But anyway, so Uncle Joe, Grandpa Joe. Apparently he's getting close to picking his Veep.
No, someone else is going to pick it for him.
Yes.
That's actually what I saw, where it said somebody was close. Like, it was worded in a way that made it sound like he wasn't picking it.
Yes. Well, yes. I hear he's down to 3. 3.
The black girl?
Well, which one?
I don't... Oh, there's more than one now?
Yeah.
Oh. Didn't you say you had to... Oh, is it, Michelle Obama? Is that one?
No, but don't be surprised if something weird happens that she does get
Michael Obama.
Yes. No. He's down to either me, Susan Rice, or the little old lady that lives in the scoop.
So Susan Rice is what you're saying.
I actually put under Takai's post today, I goes, I'm the front runner. I'm ready on day 1. I'm ready. What do you think I would be like as president of the United States?
As president?
President of the United States. Hail to the chief. He's the chief and he...
I can say something really mean.
Go ahead and say it. We're going to open forum here. Say it.
You're going to make Stalin look like a good leader.
Make you look like a Stalin.
I was going to say Kim Jong-un, but that's a little... We'll go back then.
Make you look like a Stalin.
And that's not meant to offend anybody. It's a joke.
Why do you think if that offends anybody, it offends me?
Good.
Why do you think I would make... because I would be a crappy leader, or I would put millions and millions of people to death?
Both.
Oh. How am I going to put millions and millions... I'm going to start another, like I'm going to start a war with Europe or something? I'm going to start a war with China? With Mother Russia?
Let's say, tell me a country that would kill a lot of people. Don't say anything Europe.
He thinks I'm going to start a war with Chad, is what he thinks.
Mm-mm.
Iceland.
No.
Madagascar.
Vatican City.
Vatican City. Yes. I think we can win that one. I might have to send my stormtroopers in there.
And your dragon.
My dragon. That's right. And my dragon. I think we can take Vatican City. Might take a siege, but I think we can take Vatican City.
A year-long siege.
Still nobody wants to comment.
What would you be like as leader? Our economy would go to bust. Because you don't know anything about stocks, apparently. You tell me to buy a stock and it always goes down. Every single time.
Now, wait a minute. Time out. Let's back it up a little. Beep, beep, beep. Who got you in MARA this week at $1 what?
I don't know. $1.30 or something?
$1.33 or $1.34?
Yeah.
And it got up to what? Just because you sold out at 308 though, it got up, what did it close at yesterday?
Like $5.
509. So what do you mean I can't pick a stock? I got you in at $1.32. It got up to 509 in 3 days.
That's one stock out of how many? 15?
Look at the first stock I got you into.
Penn.
How
much loss are we end up taking on that?
We didn't take any loss. You got in at $4.
But you know how much profit we missed? Because you were like, we need to get out.
Did you lose?
No.
What's the first rule of investing? Any profit is what?
Good profit.
Good profit.
If I make $1, is that good profit?
Yes. Any profit is good profit. See, you're changing your major to finance. That's it.
That's a little hard because the way the Penn State School of Business works, if you take more than 30 credits, so 1 year, you are not allowed to transfer into that college. Doesn't matter.
To rack you go. Rack. You'll save a lot of money.
I'd be bored out of my mind.
So anyway, but getting back to seriousness, he is zeroing in on his peak. Now, the insiders say it's Susan Rice. She did sell, supposedly, a lot of her stock today in Netflix. Supposedly. Which is something you would think would happen if she is going to be the pick. Progressives pretty much want Kamala Harris. Now, Kamala Harris, California, senator, yes.
Is she white?
No. Something else?
No, I was just wanting...
Did you put deodorant on today?
I did.
Thanks be to God. Kamala Harris.
I did before I left this morning.
She rose through the ranks.
So you're saying...
She was a lawyer and rose through it, and eventually she became senator. Now, there's some stories how she got through the ranks. I don't know if they're true.
I want to watch this replay of that.
Don't know if they're true. Don't know if they're true or not. But there's some stories out there about it.
Like awful.
Hey, I'm just telling you what I hear. But that's who progressives want. Either that or Michelle Obama. Now, here's the problem with Michelle Obama. Well, first off, she says she has low-grade depression because of Trump. Okay? Now,
bite me.
All you got to do is show one video of Michelle Obama. Go find that video of Michelle Obama.
It's with Ellen.
It's with Ellen DeGeneres. They're doing exercising, which is cool. Except when she turns. Because there's something banging there. Again.
No worries.
You know what we need you to do? You need to be an investigative reporter.
So what, do you want me to be like the person that says, I'm an FBI agent, and on the folder it says secret, but it's SEKRET, secret stuff?
I want you to be an investigative reporter. I want you to go find out if that's true. I want you to go find out if she has a winky.
But do you want me to go to their house, the Obama's house, look through the window to see if Barack is taking it?
You do whatever you need to do as an investigator. If you're not going to change your major to finance, become an investigative journalist.
I'll just keep part of the FBI, because that's what they do, spy.
No, they don't.
You telling me that machine in my room doesn't listen to every damn thing I do?
No, I'm sure it does, but it's not the FBI.
Who is it then?
What do you think? There's some guy sitting in an FBI office going, let's see what Daniel's saying today.
Maybe. Or when I make a phone call to, I don't know, frickin' Bill Clinton over here, they're going to listen in.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm sure there's somebody sitting in an office in the FBI, in the J. Edgar Hoover building down in Washington, D.C. going, let's see what Daniel is talking about today. Jesus Christ, soccer again? All he freaking talks about soccer, 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 soccer.
It's better than gay ball. Oh, I gotta wear pants. Or
What?
or what's this? What do we call this?
That's shooting basketball.
Well, I have a different name for that sport.
Okay. Whatever. All right. It's that time again.
Sports.
Yes, let's talk sports. I was going to go something else, but let's go sports.
Sports.
Let's talk about you know what's 4 weeks tomorrow?
Champions League final.
Is it? It's on a Saturday.
Actually, yeah, it might be.
Something that usually happens the first week of May is in 4 weeks because this year it's the first week of September.
The Kentucky Derby.
The Kentucky Derby.
Champions League final is not in 4 weeks. I think it's in 3 weeks.
Which, by the way, yes, it's. I heard it today. It's like they had played the next 17 days or something like that. There's a bunch of matches.
And we need to get CBS All Access for this month. Actually, I might get it for this month.
Okay, you go, boy.
Because I want to watch soccer.
You go, boy.
So the FBI person can be like, you soccer again.
So for those of you that don't know, I own racehorses.
That suck.
Right now, none of them are running. Wayno was injured. He's back to working out now. He should be racing again 3 weeks, maybe. Laneway, slight injury. He's back to training. He should be racing again in a couple weeks. I got 2 2-year-olds that were supposed to start in the summertime racing. American Heiress, she's injured.
At a California Chrome.
No, American Pharaoh.
It's a joke.
What are you talking about? She's injured, so she'll be gingerly walking for the next 60 days. And then the other one, which I can't remember his name. It doesn't matter. He's a boy, a very rambunctious 2-year-old horse. There's one way for a 2-year-old horse to stop being rambunctious and know it's not putting him on Ritalin.
I don't know what that is.
He's wild. Rambunctious. Ritalin, you give it to kids that are rambunctious. It calms them down. That was a joke.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know it.
But that's not how you get a male horse to calm down. There's a different way to get a male horse to calm down.
That way?
What did you just do?
Like...
You hit him?
No.
What are you talking about? You fucking... What the hell are you talking about?
You give it a woman, I don't know.
No!
How do you...
No, that's not what you do to calm a 2-year-old male horse down.
I tried. How do you calm it down?
You gelled it.
You go...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So, great. So now my horse, if he becomes a champion, could never have little ones.
How does that make a horse calm down?
I don't know. It does. It makes him focus better. You see it all the time. When you geld a horse, it usually does.
So now it'll win the Kentucky. It'll win the Triple freaking Crown now.
Yeah, which will be fine. I'll make a lot of money off that. But then, if he did win the Triple Crown, we were talking about every other horse that he. For the next 10 years, you're looking at about $250,000 a pop.
And you do that how many times a year?
100 and some. It's like 100 and some over a 4-month period. They're very busy in that 4-month period. Very busy in that 4-month period. I mean, seriously, you're looking at $250,000 a pop. I would have made a lot of money, and now that's a pipe dream because he had to be gelded. He's from Into Mischief, and yeah, Into Mischief's offspring, which are very good. They're very fast, but they're very rambunctious.
How much money would you say the owner would get if their horse won the Triple Crown?
In just racing or breeding?
Just racing. Just racing.
Well, to win, usually they're $2 million races, so you get 60% of that. And then usually there's a $5 million bonus if you win the Triple Crown.
How much money do you think they get a year at $250,000
in breeding?
Yeah. I put a number of horses that I was kind of around.
Again, let's just say they just do 100.
Oh, I did 140.
Let's just do 100.
Okay.
Really? You're really going to put that into your calculator?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You just couldn't add 2 zeros onto the 250,000 to make it 25 million? You really couldn't do that, huh? That's that Penn State education he was just talking about earlier.
Education.
Okay, then. You do right. You have to just put the 2 zeros up. You do right.
What? What'd you call me?
So, let's talk about hockey. We gave our playoff picks right here last Friday.
They were bad.
For the first round, and we said who was going to be in the conference championship games, who was going to be in the Stanley Cup final, and who was going to be the Stanley Cup champion. And we said we would revisit them after the first round. The first round ends this Sunday if they go 5 games. And the playoffs for the next round start Tuesday, so we will have our projections for the next round Tuesday on our next show.
I have the scores of the games right now, too.
That'll help us. What games are being played right now?
The Blackhawks and the Oilers.
And that score is?
2-2 end of the second.
That's kind of low scoring for them.
It is. Other game, Blue Jackets and the Maple Leafs. The Blue Jackets are up 1-0 just about the end of the first.
Okay. So, to go over who we picked, we had the Calgary-Winnipeg series. I picked Winnipeg in 4. Mm-hmm. You picked...
I believe I picked Winnipeg in 5.
I believe you did.
I picked Winnipeg in 5.
Okay. That series is over in 4.
Calgary.
Calgary won.
Close.
Nashville and Arizona. I picked Nashville in 5. You picked Arizona in 4. That series is over in 4. And your winner?
Arizona! 11 seed.
Yes, the 11 seed beat the 6 seed. Edmonton and Chicago. I picked Edmonton in 4. You picked Edmonton in 3.
They're down 2-1.
They're down 2-1, and it's tied at the end of the second period. Now, let's remember, they're on home ice.
Yeah, which is really bad.
Because the playoffs in the West are all in Edmonton.
Chicago looks actually half decent.
They do. I did say this was going to be the highest scoring series, and there's been a shit ton of goals in the first.
Because the goaltenders kind of stink.
And the offenses are unbelievable. Like, Chicago obviously decided to finally wake up.
Yeah, after a few years.
Yes. So right now, Chicago's up 2-1. Now, that would be a huge upset because that's a 12 beating of 5. Sounds like the NCAA. And the other series...
I said that.
Yes. Vancouver, Minnesota. I had Minnesota in 5. I know you picked Vancouver.
In 5.
In 5. And that's... Is that
2-1 Vancouver. And they play tonight.
So, I could realistically lose all 4 in the West.
I'm surprised I got the Arizona one.
Yes.
I'm not even close on the Edmonton one.
Yes.
Calgary, nope. Vancouver, I could be close.
Yes. In the East, I had Columbus beating Toronto in 5. You had them in 5 too.
No, I have them in 4.
You have them
so
in
if they
4.
win tonight, I have that one right.
Columbus was down 3-0 halfway through the second period in their last game, and they wound up coming back and winning 4-3 in overtime. So they're up 2-1, and they're up 1-0. You said towards the end of the first. The number 5 seed, the Pittsburgh Penguins, against the number 24 seed. They were technically the 12 seed in the East, but if you were to take all 24 teams that made the playoffs, they are the 24th seed.
Yeah.
The Montreal Canadiens. I picked Pittsburgh in 4 because I said Carey Price will steal a game for Montreal.
That's exactly what I said too.
That series ended today in
4.
Not by Pittsburgh.
The Canadian.
Carey Price stole not 1, not 2, 3 games.
And he probably could have stole the first 3, to be honest.
Yes. Yes.
He played unbelievable in that series.
Yes. New York Islanders and Florida. I believe we both picked the Islanders in a sweep.
Yes.
3-0.
Close.
Yes. I got one right.
3-1.
Islanders sewed it up today in 4. And the last one, Carolina against the New York Rangers. I said Rangers in 5. You said Rangers in 5.
Yeah.
Carolina with a sweep. Now, again...
we weren't surprised by this, though.
Again, Shesterkin didn't play the first 2 games, the Rangers goalie. So Henrik Lundqvist came in, and it's a shame because he gave up an early goal in both of the 2 games, and the Rangers are not good at coming from behind. You probably saw Lundqvist play his last game in a Ranger uniform.
Where's he going to go?
I don't know, but he'll be a starter somewhere. For a year.
That'd be
for
interesting
it's
to
gonna
see
he's gonna
him
be
in
like
a different uniform.
He's going to be like Theo Fleury was for Pittsburgh. You know, he's going to go somewhere like he went out to Vegas and led him to the Stanley Cup final in his first year and then lost.
So you're saying he's either going to go to Seattle?
It's a possibility.
Detroit?
It's a possibility. Seattle would be great for him because they could build a team around him. And he could mentor whoever their goalie for the future is going to be, just like Theo Fleury did.
He doesn't play there anymore, does he?
Yeah. He started the first game. First 2 games.
Fleury?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he left there, actually.
No, he started the first 2. No, he started the first game, and then their other goalie started the last game. Speaking of those, basically the seeding is almost done for the top 4 teams. In the East, Philly and Tampa Bay both won their 2 games, and they play each other Sunday, or either Saturday or Sunday. Whoever wins, that's going to be the number 1 seed. Whoever loses, that's the number 2 seed. Washington has 1 point because they took Tampa to overtime in their first game. Boston has none. Whoever wins that game is the 3 seed. Whoever loses that game is the 4 seed.
And I think whoever might come out of there, the 4 seed, is probably going to lose. They got to play Carolina.
They'll have to play Carolina.
And they didn't look bad against the Rangers.
They did not. In the West, Colorado won their first 2 games. They beat St. Louis in the last 10th of a second. And Vegas won their first 2 games. They came from behind in their first game. They scored 4 in the third. And they were losing 1-0, I believe, to St. Louis at the end of the first period in their second game. And they wound up scoring 6. And they won 6-4. So Colorado and Vegas, whoever wins, they play either Saturday or Sunday. Whoever wins is the number 1 seed. Whoever loses is the number 2 seed. St. Louis plays Dallas. Whoever wins is the number 3 seed. Whoever loses is number 4 seed. I think you're going to find that St. Louis is going to end up being the 3 seed. Dallas has not looked good at all in their first 2 games. So they would end up having to play ooh, wow. They would play Edmonton if Edmonton comes back to win. Mm-hmm. If Edmonton loses, they will either play Vancouver or Calgary. If Vancouver wins the series, they would play them. If they lose, then they would play the 8 seed Calgary. Wow. All my Final Four teams are still in there. I actually picked Vegas and Colorado to go to the conference finals. I picked Boston and Tampa to go to the conference finals, and I picked Colorado to beat
Wow, of course your conference finals are still there. You picked top 14.
I did.
Wow.
I am so smart. SMRT. Now, your conference finals were Colorado and who?
Edmonton.
Okay, that could still happen.
I figured Edmonton would roll through Chicago. I didn't think Chicago would play this good.
Could still happen. And your other one was who and who?
Tampa versus Pittsburgh.
Ooh. And who did you have coming out of there?
Pittsburgh.
Ooh, and they're out. Ouch. They lost to the 24 seed. Ouch. So I think you'll be making another pick come Tuesday.
Yeah, and I think I already know who I'm going to pick.
Yeah, I don't really like
as
my
much
Boston.
As I don't. This is the team I think I'd pick after Pittsburgh, who I hate the most.
Yes. Yes, and we know who that is. It's
they look
freaking Flyers.
But they look good.
You know, they didn't.
But I couldn't watch the Capitals game.
Yeah,
it was blacked out.
Well, you know what? The interesting thing, you got to watch the first half before it got blacked out.
Did you?
Yeah.
I went to turn it on.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, the Capitals game's up. I was like, oh, it's blacked out.
Yeah.
Why?
I literally watched the first half of the game, and then it got blacked out. With like 7 minutes to go in the second period, all of a sudden it got blacked out. So it must have scheduled to start later when the blackout restriction came on. Whatever. It was 2-0 at that time, though. Flyers. And the Flyers ended up winning 3-1.
Yeah.
So Tuesday we will have our projections for the next round.
And we gotta have. For just the next round in games? Okay. We could do that.
Yes. And then
we got to make a whole bracket and do it like an NCAA bracket. So everyone you get right, the team you get 1 point. If you get the games, you get 1 point.
Okay, well, do we have a printer? No.
I can write it out. It's
Okay.
not that hard to write out 16 teams.
Okay, you write it out. Let's see if you remember. Exactly. Let's see if you remember to do that.
Kiana, remind me.
I don't think she's watching.
She said she was gonna watch.
She didn't post any messages. I figured if she was watching, she would have posted the message. So let's end the night with our stupid loss segment.
What state are we on?
Georgia.
Georgia.
So you know there's going to be some interesting ones.
What do you mean? What's wrong with Georgia?
Down south.
I like Georgia. I was there once.
Southern states have very interesting laws.
We were in a hotel right next to the Brave Stadium.
Very good. Very good. Mm-hmm. So, let's see here. The first one that I saw. So you're a business. Obviously, in every state, if you're a business, you have to have a business license.
Okay.
Every state does. Well, in Georgia, when you go out of business, if you're going to have a out of business sale to get rid of all your inventory, you have to get a special license. So you have to pay to go out of business in Georgia. It's an interesting law there.
Check the comments section.
Oh, well, I can't now. I'm reading. Check the comments.
Come on, dashboard. Right, there you go.
That's not my job. You're a big boy. That's right, big boy. That's right, big boy.
Big boy.
Let's see here. Did you know in Georgia all sex toys are banned? How about that?
That's boring.
How about that?
That's boring.
Well, you know. It is illegal to use profanity in front of a dead body. At a funeral home or in a coroner's office.
But to say I've broken that law until you said dead body. We did bowl in Georgia.
So, when I shovel off this planet, whenever that is, let's just say I'm living in that state of Georgia. I'm going to assume you're actually going to come to my funeral.
50-50.
You are not allowed to say, boy, I'm glad that motherfucker's dead. You'll get arrested.
Do you want me to have like a click thing that goes like beep, beep?
I'm glad that motherfucker's dead.
Good.
Speaking of animals in bathtubs, you can't keep a donkey in a bathtub.
Are you serious?
Yes. Donkeys may not be kept in bathtubs.
More bathtub and animals.
Yes. Members of the state assembly, for you people that might not know what that means if you are a state senator or a state representative, they are exempt from getting speeding tickets when the assembly is in session. So if they're late, they could speed.
Interesting.
It is interesting. Yes.
If you're late, you probably should be fired.
Yes. Come here. Stop. I'm not going to hurt you. That's illegal in Georgia. It's illegal to strike a man on the back or the front. Doesn't say anything about the face. Or on the side. No, but we've heard this in other states. Nobody can carry an ice cream cone in their back pocket on a Sunday. Tuesday night?
I don't understand why the back pocket.
It's a Tuesday night. You want to go down to the local honky tonk? By all means, shove that ice cream cone in your back pocket. There's another state that had that with something with a horse.
Yeah, because it would attract
It would attract the horse.
And you'd steal it.
Yes. Yes. In Aworth, I don't know if I pronounced that right, all citizens must own a rake. Okay. All right. In Athens, Clark County, adult bookstores may not sell alcohol. Also in that county, you are not allowed to read a book to your friends in public after 2:45 in the morning. So when you and your college friends are gathered around and you're reading them The Little Engine That Could or The Cat in the Hat, just make sure you're done before 2:45.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how drunk are we? A 7 or an 8 or a 10 or a 50?
Speaking of drunk, massage businesses can't sell alcohol. Similar to adult bookstores. For places that are allowed to sell alcohol, you're not allowed to do a 2-for-1. You can't sell a buy one, get one free beer. Interesting. Here's the one that says if you're forced to close down your business, you have to obtain a license before going on the business sale. Goldfish cannot be given away as a prize in bingo. We've heard that one somewhere before, too.
Okay.
Yes. No goldfish for bingo. Owners of mules are not allowed to let their animals roam around the town. Okay. It is illegal for anybody to make a disturbing sound at a fair.
What's a disturbing sound?
Who knows what a disturbing sound is? Yes. It is illegal to whistle loudly after 11 p.m. only on a Monday. Why a Monday?
I don't know.
Why a Monday?
No.
Why
don't you go ask the lawmakers of Georgia?
You may not get drunk on a bus.
I feel like that's just kind of common sense.
Alabama slingshots may not be used in the city limit. Look up what an Alabama slingshot is. Of course, Georgia would outlaw something that's in Alabama. Of course. Nobody may bathe in Sandy Creek Lake.
I don't think I want to read what it is. Do you want me to read what it is?
Go ahead, go for it.
The Alabama slingshot is a sexual act in which a male spins or twists his testicles clockwise in a tightly wound spring-loaded flesh mechanism while receiving oral sex from hopefully a young lady and or a hot female. Upon either reaching orgasm or pulling out, he angles his hips back and releases his spring-loaded flesh trap so that it slingshots into a woman's face, giving her a testicular whipping.
Okay, that's going to make our all-time highlight reel. I tell you what, on the next show, I want you to show us what that is.
No!
We're going to go on location to the old lady in the Skook's house, and you're going to demonstrate what an Alabama slingshot is.
See, I'm thinking here it's actually a slingshot.
Would you like to read that again?
Do you really want me to read that
yes,
again?
because I want to cut this out and post this. Or have you cut it out and post it.
The Alabama slingshot is a sexual act in which a male spins or twists his testicles in a clockwise into a tightly wound spring-loaded flesh mechanism while receiving oral sex from hopefully a young and hot female. Upon either reaching orgasm or pulling out, he angles his hips back and releases his spring-loaded flesh trap so that it slingshots into a woman's face, giving her a testicular whipping.
Sure. Sounds so painful.
Man, did you hear what Bear did to that fugly drunk bitch last night? That drunk bitch got an Alabama slingshot.
You got a message. I can't wait to see what this says.
Please don't do that. I don't want to see that happen.
There you go.
So what was the law again?
Your Alabama slingshots may not be used. Who knows if that's what they really mean?
No testicular whippings.
That's going to make the all-time list. That's so much better. That's so much better than not carrying an ice cream cone in your back pocket on a Sunday.
That's up there with grandma.
That is. Let's see, what else? Is there's not going to be anything as funny as that, that's for sure. You're not allowed to carve your own initials. You're not allowed to carve your initials in a tree, even if it's on your own property, but you are allowed to carve somebody else's initials into a tree, apparently.
Interesting.
Apparently. Model airplanes may be flown as long as they stay on either private property or city property adjacent to... What? Model airplanes may be flown as long as they stay on either private property, or you can fly them on city property that is adjacent to a county morgue. Guess that's in case it deheads somebody. The Undertaker could just come right.
Just be like, oh, got it.
Okay then.
Is he testicular whipping you?
Yeah, like why can't you do the Alabama slingshot next to the county morgue? Or the county hospital, or the county zoo. Blowguns are illegal, whatever a blowgun is. In Columbus, you are not allowed to curse on the telephone.
Damn it.
Oh boy, I would get arrested for this one. I have done this to you so many times. In Columbus, you are not allowed to tease an idiot. I would be so arrested for that one. Oh, it's a good thing we don't live in Columbus, Georgia. It's illegal to wear a hat in a movie theater. Okay. Alrighty. Only in the South. Okay. You could burn a cross in Georgia on somebody else's property if they give you permission.
On Sunday?
It doesn't say. It doesn't say on the day of the week. Oh boy. Stink bombs are not allowed in Columbus, Georgia. Picnics are prohibited in graveyards in Columbus, Georgia. Uh-huh. In Columbus, Georgia, bars cannot hold ladies' night. Interesting. Interesting. The fine for waving a gun in Columbus, Georgia is more than if you shoot the gun.
So if you're going to get fined for waving it, just shoot someone.
Yeah.
Or just shoot the floor, I don't know.
Fines less. Yes.
You get fined less.
Yes. In Conyers, you're not allowed to place a dead bird on your neighbor's lawn, but 2 doors down apparently is okay. In Dublin, you have to get a permit to spread rat poison. Okay. In Dublin, you're not allowed to wear a hood. Okay. Also in Dublin, it's illegal to play catch on the city streets. Here's an interesting one. In Dublin, cars may not be driven through a playground.
Oh.
All right, if you want to pick off some kids, can't do it in Dublin, apparently. Got to go to the next town down. Oh, boy. Here's an interesting one. Oh, wait. There's one. Where's one? Oh, wait. I can't believe this. I just said, oh, boy, right? The next one down. In Jonesboro, it is illegal to say, oh, boy. Look, it literally says it is illegal to say, oh boy. It's illegal to say, oh boy. In Marietta, though it is illegal to spit from a car or a bus, citizens may spit from a truck.
Oh.
That makes sense. That makes sense. In Quitman, cars are not allowed to drive on sidewalks. In Roswell, I thought Roswell was in New Mexico. Apparently there's Roswell in Georgia, too. Erotic dancing is prohibited on Sundays. Oh, God. Also in Roswell, the flooring of adult bookstores and video stores must be non-absorbent and smooth textured. Oh, God.
Okay.
Oh, God.
That's why you're doing an Alabama slingshot.
Wow. Okay. No spitting on the sidewalk is permitted after dark. And last but not least, what's the one riddle that nobody could ever solve?
I don't know.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Right?
Sure.
Right. Well, guess what? In Quitman, it is illegal for chickens to cross the road. Apparently, chickens have to stay on their own side of the street. Chicken comes out of its coop, sees its best friend across the street, waves. Nothing they could do. Nothing they could do. They're not allowed to cross that street. Poor chickens. Poor chickens. So, weird laws from Georgia.
Georgia.
Again, on the next show, we're taking it on location to the old lady's house in the scoop, and you're going to demonstrate an Alabama slingshot. Woo! Still no comments. You people are boring anymore. I swear, Chris Goodman must not watch our show anymore. I'm going to have to message her and say, what the fuck's going on here? Alabama, she would have thought the Alabama slingshot was funny.
Probably.
Yeah. All right. One thing before we leave, a programming note. Next week, we'll be on our normal Tuesday and Friday. The week after, we're going to be on Tuesday and Thursday. After that, we're probably going to go on hiatus for a week or two because somebody's going back to school. So we'll have to figure out a schedule, and we have to make sure that with the new software, they say with the new software, I could bring in 7 different people at the same time. So we got to figure out how all that works, if we have to use Skype or if I could use Zoom or any other thing. So that's going to, I'm an accountant, don't forget. It's going to take me a little while to figure it out. So we'll probably be on hiatus for a week or two after that, which is fine because when we come back after that, it should be about the time for the debates. Lord knows I'm going to be live streaming during those things.
I'm going to be probably watching it and laughing.
Well, hopefully you're going to be live streaming with me. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until next Tuesday, have a fabulous weekend wherever your endeavors take you. I actually get to go out of the house on Sunday.
I might go try out my new wedges tomorrow.
Yeah.
Got the par 3 course like.
Is that like an Alabama slingshot?
No.
No.
15, 20 minutes from here.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna...
I know right where it is. Don't worry.
You know where Springside par 3 is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm sure you know where Reinhold's is. So
I do know where Reinhold's is. Yes.
So pretty easy.
Yes. Yes, I get to get out of the house on Sunday. Hey! For those of you that don't know, I am part of the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, and we're starting up our tournaments again, and we televise all our tournaments. Next, this Sunday is our awards presentation, which we will be live streaming on our YouTube channel. Just search PJBT Bowling Series, and you will see us Sunday afternoon. We're supposed to start that about 2 o'clock if you are interested.
I'm probably not going to be there. The
Really?
tournament.
Oh, no, probably not.
It's okay.
Probably not.
Bowling is,
Yeah,
Since there's no college season till January, I didn't really.
at least until January. Yeah.
If there was a college season, I probably would have started practicing by now because I kind of want to bowl college. I'm actually
You would have had to
excited.
sit out a semester still.
This semester, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm a little more excited to actually bowl college for
Yes, I
some
know.
reason.
Well, because you're getting better bowlers.
That too.
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until we see you Tuesday, remember, like we always say, where we go one,
We go all.
see you Tuesday.